position, official position from the Ministry of Local Government. Whenever and wherever local government boundary disputes exist, they are handled in conjunction with the Ministry of Local Government and the Ministry of Lands, Housing and Urban Development. The Ministry of Lands, Housing and Urban Development conducts a scientific survey to open the boundaries, while the Ministry of Local Government handles the community perspective of the conflict and public engagement. Government remains committed to ensuring an amicable and lawful resolution of such disputes. Permit me, Right Honourable Speaker, to inform you that the Senior Minister, Honourable Balam Bargahari, and I have plans underway to write to all members of Parliament to implore them to inform us of such disputes, and even those to do with parish model committees, so that we resolve them on ground accordingly. Because many of them have been ongoing for a while, and sometimes the previous administration keeps mentioning them, but the physical engagement on ground sometimes does not come to light. So, honorable members, you're going to hear from us officially. Some of them that had already communicated to us beforehand, before today's communication, the Senior Minister is out there on ground. Besides resolving issues of corruption, he's also engaging and embarking on those issues of boundary disputes. We actually have a meeting tomorrow for the Bugisu sub-region, tomorrow at 2 p.m. and part of the agenda are boundary disputes. Thank you, Right Honourable Speaker. On the issue of politicians intimidating candidates from other political parties that my good friend the Haji from Luwero talked about, that I would decry as well. Personally, as the State Minister for Local Government and Woman MP Masaka City, I have about 5 paid announcements on CBS myself. And my announcements are clearly telling people, go and vote for good citizens to be your LC1 chairpersons, no matter the political party. That's what my announcement is saying. Yet I'm a member of NRM and even a woman MP on NRM ticket. So if the State Minister for Local Government can encourage people to embrace good Ugandans, whether they are from other political parties, I don't think any other politician should be intimidating our people that as a must, hook or crook, they must vote members of a given political party. I kindly urge the honourable member that raised this matter, it is a serious matter, it's bordering on crime, to accord us with that evidence so that we are able to engage the political leader who is intimidating people. It is a crime. Right Honourable, the Honourable Woman MP of Wakiso raised an issue of men with more than one wife. That exactly where will they vote from? With more than one wife, like Honourable Nsamba is saying, living in different LCs. He's probably an authority on that topic. So these men will have to choose exactly what is their residence. In law, the Attorney General could back that up, but I think in law we have what they call a principal holding. So the Haji will have to decide, okay, even if it's a Christian who has many women, wives, they will have to decide. The Minister for Foreign Affairs, the Shadow Minister, is saying the men should choose the younger wife. She's probably the younger wife in her arrangement, but the issue on elections of LC1 majorly surround the factor of residence. Where do you live? Where is your residence? So if that husband chooses his principal holding or residence, he will have to be registered in that area. It is I think the Attorney General will expound on what the law says about those who might want to vote in more than one area, but I suppose that is crime. He will expound on it. Right Honorable, we have a major issue that I even had Ugandans debate over the radio, but I welcome the members of parliament that have brought it to light in this house. An issue where there are areas, there are villages with schools located in those areas, especially the urban centers. Now, we don't want a situation where a candidate is going to use the numerical strength of schools to unfairly outpower a genuine leader, an organic leader from the village. For example, I intervened in an issue in Masaka, in Kumbu, where somebody wanted to register students of a certain university so that they come and vote for that particular chairman. But some of these students come from far as Tanzania, Kampala, Mbarara to come and study at that university. In 1-2 years, those students will be gone, and the village shall be stuck with a bad candidate who was as a result of unfair numerical strength from aliens. So the village chairperson and the village leadership strictly shall be voted by residents of that village. Members of Parliament, honorable colleagues, I kindly request you that in case this August House permits a time for recess or a break, please use it to pass on this information that the people that are going to vote for the LC1s or the committees, both at LC1 and 2, are strictly members, people that reside in that village. Most of the legal questions shall be answered by the Attorney General, but I wanted to mention... Honourable
Minister, can we conclude?
I wanted to conclude by answering Honourable Zahara. She raised a very important question that many times is not addressed, and I can see even in this document it wasn't addressed, but I happened to have an idea. She's talking about the street committees. Right Honorable, in the Local Government Act, sections starting from 50 to about 57 grant the councils, the village councils, power, delegated power to appoint given structures, small structures, depending on the role. Some of those structures are to help in sanitation, bulungi bwansi. Some of the structures are to help in security. Right Honorable, this country was thrust into indescribable pain when a person playing for the national rugby team was mistaken for a thief and murdered in cold blood. If the street committee of that particular street where that border stage was, if they had an active street committee with an active defense secretary, probably an alarm would have been made and that activity would have been brought to a halt. So they are very important in countering mob justice, in dissemination of information to do with sanitation. And I want to assure the Honorable Yulika that they are not provided for by the law in a court. However, they are provided for under the delegated power of the local councils. The KCCA Act does not, the KCCA Act also provides for them in terms of delegated power. It grants those councils the right, the village councils, to form different committees for specific roles. Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker. Thank you, Honorable colleagues.
I think what Honorable Zahara wanted was that as a government, you look into that issue, okay? And that's what I expected that you confirm. You're going to look into it.
Yes, Right Honorable, we're going to look into that issue, and I want to assure her that even the border stage leadership is exactly under that line of leadership of those delegated committees under the local councils. So we're going to look into it. Please write to us and invite us to your jurisdiction, and we work together to buttress these committees in your area of representation. Thank you.
Thank you, Attorney General.
Thank you very much, Right Honourable Speaker. Right Honourable Speaker and colleagues, I noted a number of issues. The first was a suggestion that the 23rd of July should be made a public holiday since it is designated for women council elections. I do not have the authority to make that declaration. Through the Prime Minister, I will take it up to Cabinet and see what comes back. The other was the Electoral Commission should extend the registration period beyond Friday, which is tomorrow, to enable us, the members of Parliament, to go and register, and the working class. Right Honourable, we are speaking of ordinary residents, not where you come from. That means you are at liberty to register and vote from Nabingo, Bataka, where you reside, despite the fact that you come from Mpara sub-county, Chegegwa district. It is ordinary residence.
No, but Attorney General, we expected the members of Parliament to go and mobilize on top of, so is it possible to extend, or it might not be possible?
Right Honourable Speaker, Right Honourable Speaker, extension would have financial implications. Secondly, maybe to combine this issue with the question someone asked earlier about civic education, the Electoral Commission has been running programs through radio stations in our areas. We believe the people are aware. And Right Honourable Speaker, in all honesty, I do not think there's any member of Parliament who needs more than 24 hours to travel from here to his place. It is possible that any one of us can leave Kampala tomorrow and go to Moroto and register within your place, if you think you should register from your constituency. But for purposes of this exercise, ordinary residence is where you reside. You reside in Bataka village, Nabingo, that's where you register. But in all honesty,
Honourable Attorney General, continue.
Thank you, Right Honourable Speaker. My brother Ansamba, the other question was...
No, Honourable colleagues, you see, you should remain in your position when you're asking for clarification. But when you when you're asking and then at the same time going for the microphone, you know?
Honourable Zahara Ruyirika indicated that in Machindi Sabagabo, someone has hidden the voters register. It was my sister. We are going to follow that up. I'm glad you have brought it to our attention. Someone asked, will the Electoral Commission recruit new people for the voter exercise? I want to read the schedule which I did not read earlier, just 4 paragraphs. Recruitment of sub-county and parish supervisors was done on the 25th of June 2026. Recruitment of village election officials was done on between 22nd June and 1st July 2026. Display of names of recruited village election officials at parish stroke ward level was done on 2nd July. And finally, training of village election officials at parish level was done on 3rd July. So that was done. The issue of students has been answered by my colleague. Students are not residents, so we do not expect them to vote from where they are. Will the MPs be given public holiday? Right Honourable Speaker, I believe will be given either recess, depending on the administration of Parliament. That will be your decision. Will LCs be given offices? Right Honourable Speaker, that is not a matter I can respond to right now. It has financial implication, but I will take the concerns to Cabinet through the Prime Minister and the Chief Whip for discussion. You know, the good thing is that life is dynamic. Things change. We tend to see new things and want to adjust accordingly. So you have highlighted something new, and you should take it under consideration. The issue of street committees has been responded to. 2 parishes in Aru are not appearing, that they are not probably gazetted. We will take time and find out through the Electoral Commission. That was the Honorable Otto Bear. And if I understand correctly, that means I have died well. And then he's called I was born well. Okay. The EC does not recognize creation of new administrative units. Right Honourable Speaker, new administrative units, that decision has to come from Cabinet. Because the bigger, the more administration units we create, the bigger the charge we impose on the consolidated fund. Administrative units from villages, you know, when you create more villages, you create more parishes, you create more sub-counties. It is a process and should come from Cabinet. Has government done civil education, educating people? Yes, we've been educating people through the media, civic education. Luiga Island, the Honorable Amelia Chambade says polling officials arrive late. This is not just for that particular island and probably other areas, but we have taken time to train them. We believe this time we'll be more vigilant to make sure they arrive on time for the exercise to be conducted smoothly. The border dispute between Ntoroko and Kabarole in Nyamisingiri parish, yes, there might be a border dispute, but the parish is known and the villages are unknown. So the elections in the village will take place and the election in the parish will take place. Meanwhile, local government will go ahead to determine where the parish falls, whether it is Kabarole or Ntoroko. How are we prepared security-wise to manage the election? When I read earlier, I spoke about orderlies. We shall have security officers to manage the exercise. And we have even set aside a budget for them. They will be paid for that day. Public figures intimidating individuals or people, that is criminal. It's not allowed. We are in a multi-party dispensation. We are holding the elections under multi-party. That's why we have, when I was reading the statement, you can stand behind your symbol and people line, but at least the parties will be represented. One with many wives, come on, whether you have many wives or not, these are they're adults, they make their decisions, okay? The question is ordinary residence. I live in Nabingo, Bataka. I might have another wife.
You might have or you have.
Ethel, which one is your village? So I might have another wife. Okay, they will vote from where they reside, ordinarily.
Attorney General, let's conclude. I'm sure you've done a great job. So.
Thank you very much, Right Honourable. That's it.
Honourable Samba was asking whether we can do oath in ordinary languages, because the pain of English. If the chairpersons can do oath in ordinary languages, in local languages.
Yeah, we will make a statement to that effect. We saw what happened during the recent swearing-in exercise. will make. Right Honorable, someone whispered something to me about LOCs, chairpersons who lose and then do not want to hand over the stamps. That is another thing that we are going to take up seriously. Thank you very much.
Next item. Next item. No, Lope comes in before the minister. I picked the minister, shadow minister.